I don't want any relationship. But I actually say otherwise. Because he's very flat with me, he's very flat with her.
So there are certain conversations we've not seen so much out there, on social media, and it is about some certain person's obsessions about other people and even their hidden likeness and their jealousy for others. Now, in this particular conversation, I'm going to be talking about the conversation Mandy Hagan, Google, and Sipesile were having last night, and what I feel about it, especially with each lady's preference and personality type. And then also I'm going to talk about the sweet moments that Ashley Ogle and her sweetheart, sweet Guluva, shared. And of course, that and more I'm going to share on this video. So stick around to the end of this video to get the full gist, because I wouldn't be attaching a long form video of the Bbmzansi content because I do not own the rights to it. So of course, kindly make sure you subscribe, click on the bell button to miss out for notification on every post I make. Don't forget to share comments down below and also share this video so that more people can get to see. Now let's get right into it. So it is actually very safe to see that at this point, Mandy Hagan is actually obsessed with Luzuko. And I will tell you why I feel so, and much more in relation to their conversation. So last night, Mandy Hagan was having a conversation with Google and Sipesile, and all they were talking about is how all she was, trying to point out is how Jojo has no self-control and is all over Luzuko. Whenever Luzuko is around, she cannot contain herself. She's always so jumpy and overly excited. She starts just wiggling and jiggling and jumping and be like, oh, this, oh, that. And all Mandy Hagan is thinking in her mind is, girl, come on, sit your ass down and stop being a disgrace to yourself. That kind of form of looking at someone because of how they act around somebody. She went on to say that, she's very sure that Jojo is invested and really likes Luzuko. And, the other two ladies were like, why do you think so? Like, every now and then, this girl keeps running upstairs to go and see Luzuko. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, why are you talking about Luzuko and Jojo's likeness for her? I thought you said you didn't like Luzuko that deep, yet it was the same you who behind the backs of everyone you told Luzuko you would have kissed him because he's your type of guy. And then we noticed that Sipesile had to ask her a question of okay, so is he your kind of guy or not? And she was like, no, I don't want him, he's not my type of guy. I like tall, dark and handsome, but he's a good guy, Sha. I'm like, auntie, the truth is, everything you've been saying, it comes from a place of hurt, knowing that you and Luzuko clicked first before he would click with any other lady or any other person. And since he tend to have moved on and had told you that he just wants to be normal friends with you and not get into any ship or a deep form of commitment with you, you've just tried your best to want to shade him at any point in time, at any chance you get, and that's exactly what you're doing. And now you're just using the fact that he and Jojo are really blending to just want to indirectly paint them to look bad. And on the other hand, it is quite surprising that these other two are, it's not a surprise that these other two are in the conversation, because Google and Sipesile don't seem to have any male interest in the house. Not that they don't, they would have, but then those people might not have the same form of interest in them. For example, I know that they have an interest in BK, they have an interest in Luzuko, and probably Ezra and Swizz. But then again, instead of being around just having to gossip and gist about somebody not liking someone or somebody not being the best fit for another person, these two ladies should actually focus on building their own vibe and alliances with other housemates, or better still, get close to a guy, sweeten him up, be lovey-dovey with him if it will, push forth their game. Because that's the best thing to do, instead of just sitting down and talking trash about people.
She keeps on running upstairs and all that. Really? Like tall, dark.
It looks like I would walk all over.
Mine is a very nice guy, Shan.
And then this particular video would not be complete without the sweet Guluva. I think at the moment, so Guluva and Ashley Ogo are now, warming up to me, just like, Kanaga Jr. and this lady in the Big Brother Titans were Tati. So, the past 2 days has been a moment for Ashley, receiving and going through her punishment that Big Brother gave her after giving her a strike. The punishment of they were not going to be at the pool party. They didn't participate. I think they didn't participate at the games too. Her and Bunny B, and then also some little perks, and then some things that she needed to do. While she was doing that, she was wishing Sweet Guluva well, and even warned him sort of to not get too close to other ladies. Don't look at some other ladies in a certain nice way, all the 9 yards, as a jealous and probably semi-obsessive person who cares about another. It is expected. And then they've been spending a lot of time together, where we got to see he promised her before the pool party that, he cannot stop himself from being friends or talking to other people because she has issues with them, but then he would promise her that he will not look at them a certain way, he will not touch them a certain way, or let them touch him a certain way. If she notices anything disrespectful towards her, then she can decide and leave him because he has, betrayed her trust. And she said she doesn't really want that, blah, blah, blah. But since then, they've been all lovey-dovey. When she's doing her punishments, he's always around her. When they're eating, he's very, very overly touchy, rubbing her body, her belly and stuff. And most nights, they've been spending it together. Last night, they were having a conversation. I think after everything was done, she came to his bed. They're having a conversation. And he, it was about how the games were. She was laughing at him for, not winning, and the fact that she feels she's even better than most of the housemates because most of them are not intellectually relative or learned like that. Because there were simple questions being asked and they were all failing it. And he was like, Ezra was good. She agreed that Ezra was good, but not as good as she expected. And then she was like, okay, why have you not been winning arena games? And he's like, people that just sabotage him or gets him unawares by telling him to go first because he has won 1 or 2 other things before. I'm like, excuse you guys, everything you guys are saying doesn't really get into my head. It's just the fact that you're spending time together, loving up on each other. I'm like, stop it. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. I'm going to see you on the next one.